My parents mistreated me during my childhood, so I left them. Now when my grandfather has left me money, my parents want it as compensation for their parenting. I grew up in a house where money mattered more than I did. My parents had designer clothes, luxury cars, and exotic vacations, but I wore clothes from the curb and ate frozen dinners alone. When I turned 12, they forgot my birthday entirely. I woke up excited, but the house was empty. They'd left for a weekend trip without telling me. I spent the day microwaving a TV dinner and watching cartoons alone. That same Christmas, they gave me a used coloring book with half the pages already done and a broken toy car. Meanwhile, my mom unwrapped a diamond necklace and my dad got a Rolex. I started working at 14, lying about my age to stock shelves at a grocery store. By 16, I was working 30+ hours a week while going to school full-time. My parents took most of my paychecks, calling it rent and responsibility. I knew they were funding their lifestyle. When I broke my arm at 10, my mom yelled at me for interrupting her TV show. They refused to take me to the hospital because they had concert tickets. I had to call my friend's mom. Later, they grounded me for a month for the medical bill. At 18, I left and never looked back. I went no contact, moved across the country, and built a life through college working 3 jobs. It was hard, but better than living with them. 14 years passed. I had a career, a home, real friends. I thought I'd escaped. Then my grandmother called. My grandfather had died and left me an inheritance, a trust fund he'd been building since I was born. He must have known how they treated me. I was touched. It wasn't life-changing money, but it was his way of protecting me, even from beyond the grave. Somehow, my parents found out. They started blowing up my phone, demanding I give them the money. They said I owed them for raising me. They threatened to sue if I didn't hand it over. I blocked them again, but 2 weeks later, I was served with lawsuit papers. They were actually suing me for parental support, claiming my inheritance as repayment for their sacrifices. The lawsuit was full of lies, family vacations that never happened, support they never gave, a loving home that never existed. My lawyer said it was frivolous, but we still had to go to court. The hearing was brutal. Seeing them for the first time in 14 years, dripping in expensive jewelry, acting like victims, it made my blood boil. Their lawyer painted them as devoted parents who'd been cruelly abandoned. They talked about school events they never attended, hobbies they never encouraged, family trips they took without me. Then my grandmother testified. She described finding me alone at 7, unfed and unwashed, how they'd leave me with her for weeks without warning, how they'd missed my high school graduation because they were shopping in the Hamptons. My mother tried to lunge at her, screaming she was a liar. The bailiff had to restrain her. The judge was not impressed. The most devastating evidence? My high school yearbook. In the parent dedication section, mine was blank. My parents hadn't even responded to the committee's requests. The judge asked pointed questions. If you cared so much, why didn't you report him missing at 18? Why no contact for 14 years until money was involved? They fumbled, contradicted each other. My father said I needed space. My mother claimed she tried calling. A complete lie. Yesterday, the judge issued her ruling. She dismissed the lawsuit entirely, calling their claims frivolous and without merit. She said there was overwhelming evidence of neglect at best, abuse at worst. Then she ordered them to pay my legal fees. My mom sobbed dramatically. My dad glared at me with pure hatred. As we left, he approached me. For a second, I thought maybe he'd apologize. Instead, he hissed, "You're ungrateful. You'll regret this. You'll come crawling back when you need us." My lawyer stepped between us. It was a stark reminder of why I'd left. The judge's ruling validated everything I'd felt for years. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't ungrateful. They really were that bad. I'm thinking about using some of the inheritance to start a foundation for kids in situations like mine. Scholarships for teens putting themselves through school. Support for neglected children. I want to turn this nightmare into something good. My grandfather saw who they were. He protected me the only way he could. And now, finally, I'm free. Here's to new beginnings and to chosen families that actually choose to love you back.